is Big Mike. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. On the phone with me right now via Skype, I have one of my, dare I say, best friends, Nate, from the hit YouTube channel, Paging Mr Morrow. He's a vlogger, and I've been really excited about this, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited. I've been wanting to join up with you and do this little podcast since you started. So I'm a little excited.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's crazy. And I was watching your live stream the other day, man. You've got a little bit of fandom going on there, man, with some people.
Oh, yeah, they're all friends. That's how it is.
That's it, brother. So let's just go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of it all. So, Paging Mr. Morrow, I know where you got that from because I hear it every time I'm on the People Mover. So
Yeah.
you tell the folks at home who are not Disney-esque people or Disney people how you came up with the idea of your show, Paging Mr. Morrow.
Well, the reason behind why I started, vlogging, or the reason behind the name Paging
The
Mr.
reason
Morrow.
let's do it the reason behind the name first, and then we'll get with the vlogging part.
So if you were called, the People Mover at Disney World, which is a part of the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, there's a scene where you actually go in the dark and they actually call out Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow, like tomorrow. And a lot of people don't know that that's actually from Space Mountain, not the People Mover.
Oh wow,
It,
yeah, I didn't even know that.
if you when you go into Space Mountain, and now they say it on the People Mover, but when you're going into Space Mountain, there's a little tiny thing, and it's Mr. Johnson in the control tower inside the queue for Space Mountain. So they always say, "Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow, please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower."
Okay, that's why I don't know. I didn't know that because I don't ever ride Space Mountain. But now that I know that, because I'm afraid of death of that stuff.
A lot of people are afraid of it. Like, they're afraid to lose a limb. Because it's in the complete darkness.
I just, I don't know. I'm learning. I think since the weight loss thing, I have become a little bit more daring. I'm doing a little bit more every time. It started with Splash Mountain, and then when I took the boys to Disneyland, it was Big Thunder Mountain,
Oh,
and
that's the
yeah.
wildest ride in the wilderness.
Yes,
You did
it
that. You
We're
did that. You
talking
did pretty good.
now. I know I was telling the kids they want me to ride Everest, and I know that's one of your favorite rides is Expedition Everest.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They're trying to get me on it. They haven't succeeded yet, but they're trying.
Ah, it's a big step up, but it's more of a relaxing ride more than it's kind of a thrill ride. Like,
Okay.
so in the beginning, it's very relaxing. They take you through the wilderness, but once you start hitting the drops, it's about, I would say, 60 seconds worth of thrill.
Okay.
So
I'll remember that.
yeah, once it starts getting real, just think, hey, it's gonna be 60 seconds. I can count down and it'll be over.
Okay, I remember. Well, guess what? This is what I want to do, and I'm gonna say it out here for the world to listen. The next time at the Disney Animal Kingdom that I am there, you've got to meet me, and I promise the kids I will ride this ride if I get to ride it with you.
Oh,
So
I'll
me
do it.
and you, big buddy. Me and you,
I
big
will.
buddy.
I will be there hands down.
So, all right. So we know where the name came from. What made you want to start vlogging in the first place?
So I never even vlogged really. I didn't even think of it like as vlogging. I moved to Florida, and I left my family back in Pennsylvania, and I just wanted to show them all the cool stuff I was
Right.
doing. You know, so I started making little
Yeah.
videos of like my day and what we did and everything like that, and then I put them up on YouTube. So then that way I can just be like, oh, here, just watch it here, and then a bunch of people started watching. I mean, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So like I never when I started doing this, I wasn't in the intent of becoming a vlogger. It was just to show my family and friends what I'm up to.
Okay, all right. So it's kind of just like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and then this just happened. So, what would you say is the secret to your success so far?
I mean, the biggest thing, and I don't think it's like a big secret. Is just be genuine and make sure you like doing it. If you don't like doing it, then you know, make sure you like doing it for like all the right
Yeah,
reasons. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
for a while when I first started, I never questioned what I did or anything like that. I just went for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So I guess the big secret is don't question it, just do it.
You know what? I love the way you think because that's been my philosophy. I listen to a lot of like Steve Harvey and stuff like that, and they're always talking about jumping. And Mel
Yeah,
Robbins, I tweeted Mel Robbins because um, when I did the show in the Atlantic City for the weight loss thing, it was because of Mel Robbins because she has that five. I don't know if you ever heard of the 5 second rule. If you think about it and do it in 5 seconds, and don't be afraid, just do it. And it's the same kind of thing what you're saying. And
oh, I
yeah,
might take that up. I like that. Five
yeah,
seconds.
I do it for everything. Just five, four, three, two, one. Screw it. We're gonna do it. Boom. That's what I mean. Even the podcast I did. Tiff and I have been playing with the idea, and she goes, "Baby, you could really do this again." And I was like, "Yeah." So I sat on the couch one night. I was like, five, four, three, two, one. We're doing it. Boom, and we just did it. And I'm like 6, 7 episodes in, and you're
Nice.
the yeah, and you're my second guest, and but yeah, I mean, you gotta like what you do. If you like what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, I literally enjoy uh now filming and showing things. It's just it's become enjoyable like 100%. Like I'm just like it's like my hobby. I love it.
Yeah.
But
I tell you, me and you are the same. We're foodies, big foodies.
yeah, yep. Like I never. If you would have asked me 6 years ago if I can just videotape myself eating, I would have told you no way, no way. I would
I gotta
never
tell you,
do that.
watching you eat. I know it's gonna sound freaky and weird, but watching you eat is the funniest thing you do because you slow everything down like you're making love to the food. I mean, it's like all you need is some Barry White and some candles, dude, and you're in this thing. You know what I mean? But
That's how I feel when I eat something good. I feel like it's a passionate moment there with me and the food. Yeah, I know that sounds horrible, but I'm
no,
just like,
no,
yes, yes, that's
I do
great.
that. I do that. Now I do that with a good protein shake. It's sick. I go this because there's a lot of food and protein shakes out there that just taste like crap, and then
Yeah,
you get a good one, and you're like, oh yeah,
there
you
you
know what I
go.
mean? You're like, oh yeah. So and one other thing I gotta say that I really look up to you with, and I say this as your friend is that you are a very genuine person. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
we've hung out together in other parks. We've been together. Every time that you've been to Disney, I've never been to Disney. My wife and family's
I
always been there with
know.
me, but I've never been there. But we do get to eat breakfast every once in a while when I come to town. So
Yeah,
that's always a plus.
and we went to the movies.
Oh yeah, we went to the movies. We went and saw Godzilla. That's right. My
Yeah,
uncle went. You
and
became part
we
of the
went
family.
to her and what Hershey Park.
Uh-huh. We
But
did Hershey
Disney, it
together.
just never timed out right.
But I know last year we talked about it. We're going to do something together, me and you. I'm going to come down. I just don't know where we're going to do it. Hopefully for Halloween. I don't know what Halloween Horror Nights has got this year. I know I really
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to do Ghostbusters last year, and I kind of crapped the bed on that one. But hopefully this year for Halloween Horror Nights, I want to come down and we'll hang and be
yeah,
able to have a guys' weekend and do Halloween Horror Nights in Disney and the whole kit and caboodle.
yeah. Ghostbusters was a good house. You probably would have liked
Yeah,
that
look
one.
Yeah, I saw some videos. I watched videos of like the weirdest stuff. I love to watch roller coasters. I won't ride them, but I love to watch them.
It's fun to watch. Yeah, that's not
Oh
weird.
yeah,
I think it's fun.
You sit there and you go, no, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah.
I see. I'm the opposite, though. I'm like, yes, I need to do this. I need to
Yeah,
ride that.
see, yeah, I can't. I'm like, oh, that looks scary. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, yeah, I'm not. No. The Tiff tells a good story about. The Tiff tells a good story about me on the what is that ride at Hershey Park? Trailblazer. The Trailblazer.
Trailblazer.
Me on
Yeah.
Trailblazer is a very funny story. Tiff tells it better than me, but there's a funny story that she taught me to get on it, and I didn't want to get on it. And there's a this is about being a chicken. So I kept, you know how you go in and you got the pavilion whatever, and you look out, you see the ride. So you
Yeah.
kept looking out, going, I wonder how big that hill is, man. I'm looking at the hill going up because I'm scared to death of heights. I can fly, but that's it. Like I can get on an airplane that you send me to the moon and stars, I don't care, but I cannot ride a roller coaster. So we're going up, and I was like, okay, what is this thing? And I kept looking, and there was like a 6-year-old standing in front of me. Him and his mom were in the line. It's me and Tiff and the 6-year-old and his mom. And the 6-year-old goes, sir, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm looking at the thing. He goes, oh, this ain't nothing. I rode Sidewinder, which is the one that does all the loops and comes back around. He's like, I did Sidewinder a minute ago. This ain't nothing. A 6-year-old. I said, okay. So we get up there. I'm sorry, he was behind us. So I get on the ride. This little kid goes, good luck, mister. And as soon as he did it, I was like, what do you mean good luck? And everything just shut and the thing took off.
Good luck, mister.
Good luck, mister. And then like, boom, it went. And I had a blast. I did that with the Princess Coaster too at Ditch Wonderland. I am such a chicken now that I think about it. But I did that too. And so yeah, it's yeah, man, it's crazy. But so you're off for the theme parks. Let's talk about that. Where does that? I know you're a kid at heart. Is that where it all comes from? Because you're a big kid. I know you're like me. You're a big kid at heart. Is that where the love for the theme parks come from?
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't go. Well, I think it was I'm a big kid at heart because I didn't go to theme parks when I was a kid.
Right.
So I didn't get to vacation to like Disney or anything like that, and I didn't go to Disney until I was in my 20s actually.
Yeah.
And when I did, I just felt like this is awesome. I felt like it was something important. I don't know. I just felt just literally I felt like I was being somewhere special. Like I
Yeah.
don't
Isn't it
and
weird?
I
And I know this is in Disney. Isn't it weird when you go to Disney and it feels like time just stops?
Yeah, like it's like honestly, I felt like I literally felt like I'm doing the greatest thing in my life. And that's how sad. I mean, it's not sad because like I said, I didn't do much when I was a kid. I didn't leave the state of Pennsylvania until I was 18 maybe. And
Yeah.
that's you know what I mean? To go 18 years
I
without
did.
leaving the state,
Well, I
that's
mean,
tough.
I grew up like you did, and we didn't go to Disney World. I went to, you go, see, I'm from the South, so we go to Disney World when the school went to Disney World. You know what I mean? Because it's only 4 hours from my mother's house where I grew up to Disney
Right.
World. So that's the only time I got to go. So it was very few and far between. Now, when, the number one place to go where I'm from is at Six Flags in Atlanta. So we'd always go to Six Flags. I mean, you know what I mean? Just with church trips and things. Because it was like $1 and you can get in. You can get in. My parents were like, I can
Really?
afford the.
Huh.
Yeah, parents were like, I can afford $1. So they would sit me on a bus and ship me out with the kids from church. But when I finally got to go, me and Tiff, we used to go more than we go now, but I thought I was big time. I was like, man, I've been to Disney World twice this year. I was like, oh, I'm big time now. Call me Mr. Richie Rich. I'm ready to go. So but when you're there, it's just like, again, it does feel like you've done something positive with your life. It's like time just stops. I can never figure out why you're in the happiest place on earth and you constantly look pissed off. I haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's hard for me to get upset in the parks. If I'm having even the worst day possible, it just doesn't come out when I'm there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like a light switch, and that's even like not even doing rides or anything like that. That's like walking around World Showcase Lagoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Strolling Animal Kingdom, looking at the Tree of Life. Going down Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Studios. I could just literally walk the parks and not even ride rides and still absolutely love it. It just put me in a better mood.
Yeah, I mean that's the way I look at things. It's just like but it's only at Disney World. Like Universal, it's not like that. And I haven't been to SeaWorld since high school, so I wouldn't know what SeaWorld's like. And I know you have a special relationship with them. You do a lot with them as well. I mean, are you as I think you are, but are you in awe as of what's been going on with your vlog and all the successes happen that Disney knows your name, you get invited to the media nights, and SeaWorld knows
Yeah,
who you are, you get invited to the media nights and stuff like that?
absolutely. I mean, whew, it's like kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Uh,
Hmm.
so like even during this epidemic right now, uh, you know what I mean? Like Disney sent out an email to me asking me to share some information about how they're donating the food and stuff to different places around Florida. And I was like, that's really cool that I got an email that was just like, hey, can you help spread the word? You know what I mean? Like the Disney company. And then just getting like the chance to showcase things that they want to show off and they invite me to it. I don't know, I feel special. I do. I
That,
feel
that's
like
all.
I feel like I'm like, wow, I'm like, hey, I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
But I
that's crazy.
I do take it so serious though.
Yeah.
Like when I do like a video uh that I know that, you know what I mean, like whether it be, Disney or SeaWorld and a lot of other places like here in Orlando, like the Orlando Eye, uh let me see. There's a couple of them. I did a Ripley's Believe It or Not uh, sponsorship with them, and I
Wow.
I did the Star Wars Airbnb, and
I was
then
talking about that. Yeah.
I did a couple of other like shops and stores. Whenever I do something like that, I take it very serious. Like when I'm editing and stuff like that, and I make sure I go in and I make sure I do the best quality job that I can do. And it's not that, when I say I'm out there vlogging, it's not like a job, but when I get in front of the computer screen and I start editing it,
Yeah.
then I make sure like it's perfect, like this lines up and it's just smooth as butter. Like that's that's what I make sure I pay attention to detail. I trim things out very, very precisely. And I want to make sure it's good because those people invited me out and I feel like I, you know, owe it to them to make sure I produce a good quality video. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Heck yeah.
The
Heck
the
yeah.
the content will always be the same with me. I feel like whether somebody says, "Hey, we want you to come, let us know what you think," I would be, letting you know exactly what I think and stuff like that. But when it comes to the video itself and the quality of it, I want to make sure it's put together perfectly.
I mean, you can tell that with your videos that they weren't like haphazard, that they were put together precisely and right, and just really on the. You're really spot on with that, which is something that I need to learn to do because I know I started to put out some YouTube videos and we were doing that thing, and then some of them took ground, but I need to learn how to get better at.
That's what you're doing, man. Yeah, if you're editing a video, I'm telling you, I have zero computer skills, zero editing skills. If you look at some of the videos I put out when I first started to the ones now, you can just see as an improved, and I improved by just doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And finding out new things. I'm not that great at it. My friends, they invest so much money into
Oh
softwares
yeah.
and stuff like that. I use Windows Movie Maker which is the most generic video editing software.
I was going to talk to you about that. We also watch Tim Tracker, who's another great one, and actually, I want to try to get them on the show. Him and his lovely wife. They've got a great They've got a great blog as well. I know you
Yep.
know those guys, Tim Tracker and and his wife, and
And
Adam
they
DeWitt.
Yeah, then they started out just the same way. Same thing, Tim, Adam, a lot of great people. Nobody jumped out of the gate to where they are right now. I don't feel like nobody does. So, I mean, like I said, the biggest thing is just actually getting up the courage to do something. Anybody can do it.
So let's talk about the hats. I got to talk about the hats for a minute, okay? Because I don't know if you noticed my comment. I must have said it about 6 times. Those things were going so fast in the live chat the other day. I got a promise to make to you for me and my wife. I'm going to make you a promise. The next time I see you, I am going to buy you that Haunted Mansion hat.
Oh,
The Haunted
yes.
Mansion hat. You got one coming for me, Bubba.
The fedora one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got one coming for me and Tiff.
I like this hat. And you know what? You know where the hat came from? Well, it's not so much a hat. It started off with a traditional like bowler hat. And
Yeah.
Somebody commented on the video that said, and I think this was his exact quote. He said, "Keep the hat. Don't ever take it off. It's your trademark." And I never took it off ever since that again. Every single vlog or video I've ever done, I've always had either a fedora or a bowler hat on.
Yeah, I used to have this, me with the cowboy hat. When I do wrestling stuff, and I'm doing wrestling shows, and I'm just signing autographs at the wrestling stuff. It's me the
Yeah,
cowboy hat, man. It's just the cowboy hat's
sure
just part of the
thing.
gimmick. It's part of the gimmick, And we call it wrestling the gimmick, but it's the same concept. It's part of your trademark. It's part of your character. You know what I mean? So
Yep,
when you see a hat like that, you automatically think about you. You know what I mean?
that's what you go for, right?
Yeah, because I mean, I could walk in. We were in a store. Well, when we could go to stores, but we were in a we were in a store, and I saw a fedora hat, and me and the wife said, "You know what? Nate would like this." So I didn't say it would look good on me or it would look good. I said Nate would like this. This is right up Nate's alley. You were the first person that I freaking thought about when I saw that damn hat.
I know, and I honestly, fedoras were never a thing for me, or hats, and like I wore baseball caps, but like any other stylish hat, I've never really got into it until, like I said, I wore it one time, um, and I was just like, I gotta keep this hat. I love it, and somebody else agreed, and I don't know. Now I see hats all over the place, and I'm like, oh, I'd like that one too. But I try to keep it. So I reuse the same hat. Like I'm on this gray hat now, but I had a tan one, and then I had a black one,
Yeah,
and I used them for a couple months at a time.
yeah. You got to switch them up. You got to switch them up. You got to switch it up a
Yeah,
little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah. A good. I would say every like 7-8 months, I'll switch it up with a new style.
So let me ask you another question. So through your videos, have you ever had like a weird situation when you're in the middle of filming? Did someone get, I don't know, like how people get rammy now about everything? Did anyone ever get rammy with you? If you're filming, somebody maybe walking behind you and go, what are you doing? Or anything like
No,
that. Have you ever had that?
never.
That's
No.
cool.
You have to
That's it.
respect people's privacy, though. I've
Yeah.
seen it happen to people. Um, a lot of, like I said, older videos. I was more brazen with the camera, so like I would run up to a complete stranger with my camera out. You know what I mean? But now I would never do that. I feel
Right.
like I've learned and improved. You know what I mean? And nobody ever, you know, got offended from that before. But who would say that maybe they would? You know?
Yeah, you have that one
So
guy at one time. You know what I mean?
yeah. So I mean, I'm always respectable. You know what I mean? If I'm in a
Yeah.
public place, I don't try to get people in the shot, anything like that. If I'm here to talk about a ride, or if I'm here to talk about a food, my main focus is that. And even with people that I hang out with, I always ask them, like, if I'm filming, do you mind being on camera, or is it
Yeah.
okay if you're in the video? Stuff like that. Just be respectable. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think again, that's the key. You know what I mean? Because yeah, you get those ones that would run up and just do crazy stuff, whatever, and they're not respectable at all. But again, you're very classy with your stuff, and that's one thing I always respected about you. That's why, like, I'll text you when I'm like doing something. Hey, what do you think about this idea with the video or whatever? Because I
Yeah.
really value your opinion, not only as my friend, but also as a blogger, and knowing you're very successful, knowing what you know, and tapping into your resource. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotta keep it classy.
Gotta keep it classy, Jack. Pinky's out. Pinky's out. Pinky's out. So let me ask you this. So anybody out there right now that wants to start a podcast or a vlog or anything like that, what kind of advice would you give them right now?
um, First of all, you know, just start doing it. Number one. Number two, take it easy. Don't go all guns in. I see a lot of people out there now, people that start out vlogging and they've never vlogged before, and they go out and they buy expensive cameras and they buy expensive editing softwares, expensive computers, mics, stands, all this other stuff, and then 2 months down the road they realize like this isn't for me, and then they just basically wasted all that money and all that time and effort into it. If you're gonna go into it, tread softly. You know what I mean? Feel how
Yeah.
comfortable you are at doing it. When I first started, I started vlogging on my cell phone. You know what I mean? What I had, I didn't have a camera. After a while, I was like, you know what? I really like doing this. I think I'm gonna, get an actual camera. You know, it's just like anything else out there. If you if you're like, you know what, I'm going to take up a hobby, maybe it is collecting baseball cards. You don't go out and buy a Mickey Mantle rookie card first
Right.
card. You
Right.
know what I mean? Or you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Any other hobby that you do, you know what I mean? You don't go elite status. You start off small until you get the hang of things and know that this is what you want. And don't be discouraged. That's the biggest one.
Yes. I will agree with that. I will agree with that. Well, buddy, I tell you what, man, this has been a great conversation. And I think that this is going to be a conversation that people are going to look back to through time and go, you know what? That was some good advice that he gave us. And he could really take that and harness that and be able to follow their dreams like you're doing yours.
I hope so.
That's what we're here for. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, everybody, your YouTube channel, and the whole 9 yards.
Just paging Mr. Morrow all the way through and through. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I think every single thing. Paging Mr. Morrow.
Keep the gimmick. Keep the gimmick. Live the gimmick. That's what I'm talking about. Brother, from the bottom of the heart, I love you, and I appreciate you doing this, man. It really is. It means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love you guys. I love your whole family. I'm always thrilled.
I appreciate everything. All right. Hold on for a minute. All right.
All right.